Hey there. If you're living in Middleborough and trying to find the right dog trainer, you've definitely come to the right place. We are going to walk through everything you need to know to make a really great choice for both you and your dog.
Living in Middleborough with a dog comes with its own unique flavor. This isn't just about sit and stay, it's really about getting your dog ready for a life surrounded by nature. You've got wildlife on the trails, horses in nearby pastures. Good training turns all of that into a total joy instead of a constant struggle. So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the why, your specific goals. Then we'll get into the how, like different training methods and what actually makes a trainer qualified. After that, we'll cover all the practical stuff, what to ask, what it's going to cost, and the local rules. We'll wrap up with some awesome local spots where you can put all that new training to the test.
All right, first up, let's talk about what success even looks like for a dog living right here in Middleborough. Because before you even start searching for a trainer, you really need to know what you're training for.
And this is where thinking locally really matters. You want a dog that can stroll past a horse pasture without going nuts, right? Or one that comes sprinting back the second you call them on a trail at Pratt Farm. Polite behavior is huge if you want to pop into a local shop, and you need that solid focus when you're anywhere near the cranberry bogs. These are the real-world skills that make life here so great.
Okay, so you've got your goals in mind. Let's dig into the different ways a trainer can actually help you get there. It's all about matching the right kind of service to what your dog specifically needs. The bedrock of any good modern dog training is something called positive reinforcement. Basically, it just means you reward the behavior you want to see. This makes your dog actually want to learn. It's a humane and effective approach that avoids using fear, and honestly, it does wonders for the bond you have with your dog. So, you're probably going to be choosing between group classes and private lessons. Group classes, they're fantastic for getting your dog used to being around other dogs and practicing their focus with distractions. Private lessons, though, they're tailored just for you, tackling problems right where they happen, like barking at the door or learning manners in your own yard. The right choice really just depends on your dog's personality and your budget.
Okay, you've got your goals, you know the format you want, so how do you sort through all the trainers out there? This is where taking a look at their professional credentials is a huge help. Now, you might see a bunch of letters after a trainer's name. They're not just random acronyms. They tell you that a trainer has actually passed some tough exams, that they follow a code of ethics, and that they're committed to continuing their education. Looking for these is one of the smartest ways to make sure you're hiring a real professional. I want you to think of your consultation like an interview. Seriously, you are hiring someone for a really important job, and you have every right to ask the tough questions to make sure they're the perfect fit for your team. So, what do you really need to find out before you make a decision? Having a few key questions ready to go can honestly make all the difference in finding the right person to help you and your dog. Here's a little checklist for that conversation. You want to hear them talk about positive methods for sure. Ask them how they'll tailor a plan specifically for your dog. A big one is asking how you'll track success. And definitely ask about their experience with rural settings like ours. Oh, and of course, always get the costs and policies sorted out up front so there are no surprises later. All right, let's get into the real nitty-gritty. Understanding the average costs around here, plus the local town rules, will help you plan everything out and be a responsible dog owner in our community. Here's a pretty solid idea of what to budget for in 2025. As you can see, group classes are usually the most affordable way to go. A board and train program where your dog lives with the trainer is a much bigger investment, and private lessons fall somewhere in the middle. These are just typical ranges, of course, and can change based on a trainer's experience. Now, this is a key piece of local info. By the time your pup is 6 months old, it has to be licensed with the town of Middleborough. You can get that all sorted out at the town clerk's office. And just remember to bring proof of a current rabies vaccination. And it's not just about the license. Remember that dogs need to be leashed in all public spaces, which is exactly why those leash skills are so important. A current rabies vaccine isn't just a good idea, it's state law. And in our quiet neighborhoods, a ton of barking can actually become a legal nuisance, which is another spot where a good trainer can be a lifesaver. So, you've hired a trainer, you're learning all these new skills. Now, where can you actually go to practice? Middleborough has some truly fantastic spots to help your dog apply their training to the real world. Think of these spots as your outdoor classrooms. Oliver Mill Park is perfect for practicing focus when other people are around. The trails over at Pratt Farm are amazing for working on leash skills with all the new smells and sights of wildlife.
And a nice leashed walk at Soul Homestead is a golden opportunity to practice impulse control near farm animals.
At the end of the day, this is what it's all about. When you invest in training, your whole world opens up. It means you can confidently go explore our beautiful conservation lands, have peaceful walks down your own street, and just build a stronger, happier relationship with your dog. We wish you the very best of luck in finding the perfect person to help you on that journey.